Now today we're talking about internet fraud.
Have you fallen prey to any form of internet fraud before? Has anybody tried scamming you using anything?
Well, I don't know whether I should describe it as scam, but you see this thing that trends on social media that what I ordered for is what I got. I call it scam and fraud, yes. Because what I see is what I order, but when it comes, reality check is really
it's not what it is.
Yes.
So that's where the double-edged sword comes in place.
So now you're going to help me to know exactly what internet fraud is.
Well, yes, and to do that this morning, we've got Felix Nate. He's a global coordinator for Wikipedia Library, Wikimedia Foundation as well, and the co-founder Open Foundation West Africa, and also joined in the conversation is Vanessa, who happens to be Communications Associate, Open Foundation West Africa. Gentlemen and lady, you're welcome.
Thank you for having us.
I believe nobody will ever can even scam the two of you.
It's impossible. It's not possible to think that, because internet scams are everywhere around us, and you know, because the internet is very dynamic, they keep on forming new things and changing new things. So there are new ways of devising new strategies to get us. So I cannot say I will never fall a prey.
Let's start off with your area of specialization, which is you work in with regards to Wikipedia and Wikimedia. Let's understand what Wikipedia is, and then let's understand what Wikimedia is and how it plays a role, or how important it is in our daily lives.
So I would, in just simple terms, I would say Wikipedia is a project of the Wikimedia Foundation. So whenever you hear Wikimedia, it's the movement that supports the activities that ensures that Wikipedia is surviving. And apart from Wikipedia, Wikimedia Foundation produces like 15 other projects. So Wikipedia happens to be the most famous one. Does not mean that that's the only one. There are several other ones that are out there. And why Wikipedia is a critical tool in this day and era is because information is very key, and I would say information is king, because nowadays if you want to search anything on the internet, Google will just go to Wikipedia and give it to you. If you say, hey Google, on Google Artificial Intelligence, it will go to Wikipedia and pull it for you. Same for Alexa, same for Cortana, and all of the other platforms that exist. So Wikipedia is like the strongest information source in this day and era.
So what is Wikipedia? Break it down for me a bit more. So what is it?
And which one came before? Google or Wikipedia? Which one?
What is it? What is Wikipedia? What is it going to do for me? Why must I have a Wikipedia account, or a country, or a product? Or share with us some more.
So Wikipedia is an online, most people like to think that Wikipedia is like a search engine, but Wikipedia is not. Wikipedia is like an online database that keeps or stores information for the use of everybody. So normally what search engines will do is that they will index the whole web to get you information that you need. Wikipedia does not do that. If it's not on Wikipedia, it cannot be given to you. And so that's how Wikipedia works. Now, Wikipedia is an encyclopedia, and the name Wikipedia was coined out of the word wiki and encyclopedia. So wiki is any platform that anyone can contribute. That's why you hear WikiLeaks. Does not mean it's part of our project. Anything that's a wiki means anybody can contribute to it.
Yeah.
And so the name was coined from a wiki and an encyclopedia, so Wikipedia.
Oh, that makes sense. Now let's now that we have a background to your work, but let's understand from you as well, Vanessa. What do you do with at Open Foundation West Africa?
Okay, so I'm the communications associate. So what I do is I make sure that information gets out to our community members concerning whatever that's happening in the movement. So when we're having trainings, our community members have to know when we're having trainings. We write blogs to inform people what is happening in the Wikipedia circles.
So now that you've mentioned, information flow, I think it sits, it sits with your department very well. We're going to come to that in just a bit. Let's talk about internet scams in general. Would you have any idea of some of the top local, because I want it to be in relation to our Ghanaian environment, top local scams that happen on the internet on a daily?
So internet scams have, like I said in the beginning, it changes. It's not stagnant. People are always devising new strategies to get you, right? And so you also have to be on the lookout to find ways that people are doing this. You find people joining Facebook and adding you as friends. Then they'll send you a message saying that, send me an email through this. It's probably a scam. You find forms online that says, fill this form, and then we can get you something. You fill the form, they take your email address, and the next moment they are sending you spam emails, inviting you for things that you don't want. So nowadays, I think it's very important for us to understand that the search for wealth, free wealth, does not exist anymore. There's no free lunch, like we always say, right? So it's important that if you've not gone to buy any land anywhere and they're telling you you've won a land, please don't heed to it. The only thing that you have to do is that you have to be a citizen yourself and not be a passive person by just accepting any single thing that you see on the internet.
How will you be able to differentiate? Like, you know, I've seen Emefa send me a friend request. I go and check her profile, and yes, I've seen 50 pictures of Emefa, and for all you know, it is not. She's not the one.
Yes, I mean, I have somebody who's using my photo and my full name on Facebook as though it's me asking for money. I've tried my best to want to get he or she to stop doing it, but I just can't.
You should report to Facebook.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
you should report to Facebook. They'll get it.
Does it work when you report to the channels?
Yeah, when you report, it goes through a process, but then they would investigate and find out if it's the truth.
With regards to something like this, double you know, appearances or people trying to create, impersonate others as well. Does it happen with regards to Wikipedia as well?
So most often on Wikipedia, you will not find people trying to impersonate people, but then what you will find is people trying to use Wikipedia as a status to gain things. So what they would do is that before they meet you for a business meeting, they would put content up quickly, and then they will come to you and say, well, we have a business profile on Wikipedia, and because Wikipedia is credible, like everybody is going to look there and say, yeah. And I believe you bear me witness with this. You've been able to get a contract through Wikipedia before,
yes.
right? So because Wikipedia is seen as a credible site, most people take advantage of the situation and then put anything that is not supposed to be there.
But how are you able to put information on Wikipedia?
So I always like to say
for a minute, I thought it was
closed, then you can.
Yeah, like it's not possible. Like you have to go outside of the country or something. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So earlier on, I guess you were asking, like, do I need to sign up? Do I need to? People are confused, and I think there is a lot of information gap. There's information asymmetry in the system, and so you find people actually paying people to write Wikipedia pages, trying to investigate how to write
I'll share my story of me being scammed. Yes, Emefa, I was scammed to pay money to get a Wikipedia account. I will tell you about it. Enough, just similar to my bets, though.
So yeah, typically you find people doing all these sorts of things, but I think what is important is for you to read about Wikipedia so you understand it better. There are communities in Ghana that are actually training people and trying to bring you up to speed on what Wikipedia is. It is not a ghost. It is not an animal in the room. It's something that we can easily conscientize ourselves with and be able to acquaint ourselves with and to be able to move on in this day and era. I think the days where we think that information is only produced by a certain group of people is gone. Now, everybody has an access to internet and the opportunity to be able to write anything on the internet. Now, the question of, can anybody write on Wikipedia? Yes. That is why I said Wikipedia is a wiki. Means that anybody can contribute to the platform. Okay. The same thing that is our greatest advantage is also our weakness. The fact that anybody can go and write on Wikipedia means that anybody can write anything they want. But there are ways that you can actually check when something is not meant to be on Wikipedia just yet. Okay. Right? And most of the times people do not know that. So when they go on Wikipedia, they see tags and other things and they ignore that. And they just go and read the information that is there.
Let's talk about how you get onto Wikipedia first.
Even still, I don't know why I want to bring us back to what's the importance of Wikipedia is to our, you know, daily, yes, and who can be on Wikipedia. Why must I have a Wikipedia account? Even before you come to how to get onto it.
Yeah, let's get to Vanessa.
Okay, so why Wikipedia is relevant? Yes. It's because it helps us to project our country through our own lens, let me say that, so that we are able to write our own information because we have access to what is happening in the country, so we are able to write that information. And also it helps us to project the real stories that are happening in the country because Wikipedia is live. Everything we write goes out there and it's able to project the country in a good light. So that is the importance.
So the base of it is Wikipedia is Ghanaian.
No,
it's
no.
Ghanaian.
It's a US-based
confusion.
There's a lot of questions around this.
Yeah,
it's a US-based company that was founded by Jimmy Wales.
Right.
Yeah.
So so now that we know the importance of it, how can I put my information on Wikipedia?
So this is the question we get most often. People are asking, how can I put my stuff on Wikipedia? But the first thing I'll tell you is that Wikipedia is not a diary. Wikipedia is not a phone book or a phone directory that anybody can go on there, right? But people like you who are famous and like household names can get on Wikipedia. The purpose or the significance of not putting just anybody on Wikipedia is that if we do that, we will lose the value of Wikipedia. And that would mean that we'll have to get like millions of servers to be able to contain the number of people that exist in the world. And so that's the reason why Wikipedia only strives to put people who are notable. And notable with verifiability. If we can verify and we can cite that you're notable, we will put you on Wikipedia. And so the fact that anybody just wants to be on Wikipedia means that Wikipedia has something to give, but does not mean that anybody can just get on Wikipedia.
Okay.
So now to how to get on, because now you're talking about credibility, which also means that people can also use the same tool to, you know, to scam people, like you mentioned. So how do you go through to get an account on Wikipedia, and then how do we know that this person is who he says he is? How does that work?
So there's a lot of confusion around. People assume that getting an account on Wikipedia is equal to getting an article on Wikipedia. But they're two different things. Getting an account on Wikipedia means that you want to contribute to the platform. Does not necessarily mean that you will be on the platform. So getting an account, anybody can get an account. Like we said earlier on, it's a wiki, anybody can just go and create an account, okay? Now, after you've gotten an account, you can contribute to the platform. But then there are principles and policies that guide us on writing on the platform. For example, I know folks back home can Google this quickly. There's something called the 5 Pillars of Wikipedia, and it guides you on how to write on Wikipedia. And it speaks about neutrality, it speaks about civility, it speaks about the fact that Wikipedia is an encyclopedia and not just anything can get on Wikipedia. It guides you on understanding what can get on the platform. So having an account is not equal to having an article on Wikipedia.
Okay. So if Prime Morning, well, Prime Morning is a brand, it's content. Can it be represented on Wikipedia, or is it for only individuals?
So Wikipedia is for corporate entities, it's for brand, it's for movies, it's for artists, it's for musicians, for personalities. It's for anything that is notable. Anything that is notable.
Yes.
So Wikipedia is not a PR service. We don't do promotions of individuals or corporates, or we don't do promotions there. So it's not a PR service. Right. So when you say Prime Morning is a brand, it should have had some level of impact, so that when you're writing about it, we can get references to verify what we are saying. So it's not a PR service.
To add to that, it's true, Wikipedia is not a PR service, so we don't just allow anything, or even if the thing is worthy to be on Wikipedia, it should not be of marketing language. You don't come there and say, like, use words like beautiful, exciting, amazing. That inferences to the reader. We don't want that. Puffery words are not good language for encyclopedias. So we would want something that makes sense to the audience. However, I wanted to add that in as much as Wikipedia is not a PR service, it is a platform that everybody wants to get on. But the problem is that in Africa, right, generally in Africa, there are no sources to prove the things that we say are notable.
Okay.
Okay. Expand.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to write about Prime Morning, because for some reason, Prime Morning, don't let me use Prime Morning. Let's say we want to write
about Emefa.
We want to write about some minister, right? Just randomly, some minister. The minister is famous, everybody knows him. At least there are 30 million people in Ghana. That means the guy is notable, right? But the guy cannot get onto Wikipedia because nobody has profiled him. Nobody has written an article about him that we can use to put on Wikipedia. And this brings me to a point. Wikipedia does not take original research. We only take secondary research. And so Wikipedia is an aggregator of information and not a source, right? And so when people say Wikipedia is not credible, then ask Forbes magazine, because that's what they're using to credit Wikipedia. Ask BBC, that's what we're using to cite Wikipedia. So Wikipedia is never a source. And that's why back in the day when we were in school and lecturers would say don't use Wikipedia, it was funny to me because I use Wikipedia anyways and they didn't discover. The problem is that most students do not know how to use Wikipedia.
Shall we review your CV? Okay.
So other people are able to, there's a myth that people can go on there and edit people's bios without them even noticing. And, you know, that also raises alerts on, can I be scammed? Because people can create fake profiles and feed into the sources that you pick your information from. How does that work as well?
Oh, Vanessa, you want to help with that?
Okay, so that's why we said initially it's a wiki, so anybody can edit. But there are people on the standby always checking whatever information you put there. So it has to be verified. Once it's not verified, it will be deleted.
Okay.
When
Yeah.
you say verified,
So how yeah, okay, Emefa.
when you say verify, it should be verified. What are your pointers? What are you using?
I guess the confusion. It sounds like Twitter verified, right?
Yes.
It's not the same.
Not that, I mean, to make sure that the
source is
information is authentic.
Yeah.
All right. How do you measure authenticity with the information?
Good. This is one of the challenges, but it's very difficult to sometimes put authenticity out there because most of the people who review, like Wikipedia started in the US, so most of the editors who have advanced are white males. Right? Now, these guys do not even know Joy FM. They don't know City FM. They don't know all our big media houses. So sometimes when you put content on there, they say, this is not credible source. We will not take it. Okay. So that credibility in its sense is also relative. It varies from country to country. And that's something we've tried to establish since we joined the movement. Right? Now, to your question, we say that before something gets onto Wikipedia, right, it should have at least 2 credible sources. And these 2 credible sources that we're talking about is not, for example, myfelixblog.org. Nobody knows me, right? But if it is Prime, it is Joy, it's City, it's Hits FM. These are big names, household names that are delivering good service in Ghana, and so we'll take that. At the moment, there's a project going on to sort of like collate all the big media houses in Africa so that when we put content on there, they don't get deleted.
Okay, so I'm going to, we want to go deeper into the scam part of the internet, the usage of the internet, and probably we should use Jay as a case study. So Jay.
What are some of the, I'll share my story, which I'm so shy of. Because, yes, I was easily scammed. We
want to use your case.
So in my case, a gentleman approached me and then gave me an option of pay me to get you a Wikipedia account. Okay, and because for lack of knowledge, I thought, yes, you have to get on Wikipedia, you have to pay to get there. And this also raised conversations on other platforms like Facebook verification, Twitter verification, where individuals who are approached, that I didn't fall prey to. The people approached and said that if you want me to get you a blue tick, pay me $1,000, pay me $500, I can get it for you. Now, in such a case, I mean, I was a victim. This is an example of a scam that
How much did you pay?
I'm holding the figure off camera.
I think everybody wants to know how much you paid.
Well, I think, okay, so let me just say that.
You don't have to via Momo, or you counted it.
No, I think I paid about 500 CDs to this individual because he said that he could get me the canal. This is fraud. This is scam, isn't it?
It is.
For me, I'm very careful to use the word scam because I can say in our local language we say obiya didi nejumaho, right? So these bloggers out there, they're learning how to use Wikipedia, and then they're coming to people and saying you're notable. First of all, they come to notable people because they know you're already ready to be on there. Then they come to you and say, do you know you can be on Wikipedia? You say yes. Okay, pay me this amount of money and I'll put you on Wikipedia, right? I don't think it's a crime for them to do that because they are not scamming you. They are giving you the content anyways, but it's not done in the circles of Wikipedia. Once you do that, we call it paid editing. And paid editing is not something that we allow because it augments the mindset of the writer, and they write in a way that markets you and embellishes you, right? And so with that alone, it will get the article deleted, and so then you come back to square one. You pay the money, the article is written, but in a few days, then it's being tagged for deletion.
Let's talk about the general increase of internet fraud.
Yes.
From Facebook, Instagram. I don't know about
What are some
Twitter.
of the basic ways that people are currently using to, to scam or to defraud people using social media pages in your experience of using the internet as well?
I think the three main ways that have been identified is through trusted sites, emails, and then social media. Now, emails, the way people do it is that they can't get to you unless they collect your email. So sometimes you go to a site, they say, click this for $1 million. You saw it, you clicked it, you went through the process, you filled out the form, they've gotten your email address. They will send you something juicy, and if you're not strong, you would heed to it. On social media, people are flaunting all sorts of things. From, for example, I'm an expert on Wikipedia, and I can write a Wikipedia article for you, so pay me and I'll do it, and they do it. Another way is, I can get you verified on Twitter, and they're doing that. In a sense, it's not scam because they know something that you don't know, and that's what we call information asymmetry, right? Okay. They know something you don't know, and they're using it to make money, right? So it's not their fault that you don't know, that you don't need them to actually do the things you do.
This for me. Yeah. It's possible that somebody can ask you to pay a certain amount of money, and then they can get you a verification, whether either on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Is it possible that when you pay the money, you would see that you've been verified?
Yes, of course.
Is this true?
Because it's an open process where you can go and just fill out a form and ask for you to be verified.
Yeah, so
but people don't know, so then they go pay and then they do that.
It was surprising, I mean, for that. I don't know if you, oh yes, you have your verification on IG already, and it was just a matter of me scrolling through settings, and I saw request verification. Yeah. And then it was there, and
so
same applies to...
when you send the request, the people would check to see if you're worth verifying.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Or the moment anybody...
Which comes to my next question about what are some of the processes that major organizations like that, like what you hold, what kind of processes do you go through to verify someone or to check information about the person and know this is correct information?
So from the Wikipedia point of view, the only way we can verify someone is to check if the person is notable. And the only way we can check if the person is notable is if the person is being covered by credible sites. So not Kojobakon 202 at yahoo.com. No. We're talking about the big names in the country. Names. Daily Graphic, the big ones.
And this works across in various countries as well.
Exactly. Exactly. So you can never get anything online on any credible site if there's not enough verification to prove that a person is worthy. Even on Twitter, they will check your name, your profile. They will check on Google, and Google will give them Wikipedia. And so all those things are linked. Like to be verified on all those platforms is somewhat linked. And you need to be able to, position yourself. One thing that Ghanaians don't do that also creates this problem for them is that you don't get profiled. We don't like to get ourselves profiled. All we care about is I'm doing the job, and everybody sees me. For example, I'm Jay Foley.
Profiling, what do you mean?
For you to be covered on the internet, you need to be profiled more. Because when you profile, we have something we call indexing. The more you get profiled, the more you get indexed. And the more you come up in searches, and then the more platforms like Wikipedia can write about you.
Okay, so Vanessa, is it possible that whoever or whatever institution would have to, that verifies these accounts, is it possible that they can also approach, can they approach Jay to say that we want to verify you? Or can you just wake up one day and your account is verified without you having to send any request and all of that? Because I'm thinking that this procedure is quite viable. There's a reason why somebody can say, I can help you get your account verified. So is it possible that you wake up one day, your account is verified, you didn't have to send a request or anything?
Never heard of it.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay, so on what grounds would people want to come and suggest that I can help you get this?
Because
is the information, the fact that people do not know the process?
Exactly, people don't know the process, and the people that come to you, they already know you deserve to be on Wikipedia.
Okay.
I'll give you a typical scenario. In somewhere around 2016, 2017, there was a big scam on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Right? And the scam was people went into notable people's accounts and then sent private messages saying that your article, you need to pay some amount of money for your article to be improved.
Oh, yes.
It was a big deal.
I think yes, I heard about it. I don't want to say I saw some emails.
It was a big deal.
Yes.
And then the Wikimedia Foundation had
in
to step in.
2016 thereabout.
2016 thereabout.
Yeah.
They had to step in and educate the masses that you don't have to pay. Don't pay anybody. They are lying, right? Just like any other internet platform, Wikipedia can be hijacked. Okay. And the fact that it's even open makes it
just help people.
susceptible.
Basic pointers. People do not have time to look into details and all of that. Basic pointers that tells you that, listen, you're about to be scammed. What should you look out for?
Okay.
I know you've talked about spam messages and all of that, but what are the basic pointers? Okay,
so for example, if you got a message saying the Wikimedia Foundation is asking you to pay some amount of money to write a Wikipedia article, it's a lie. Run away from it. It's not true. Because Wikimedia Foundation will never ask. Wikimedia solely relies on volunteers to write articles.
Okay.
There's nobody who is a professional who writes on Wikipedia. All of us are volunteers who are committed to doing research and putting information up there.
Okay, let's open up a little bit. What about people who use their credit cards to purchase things online? Let's just open up the conversation a little bit. How well would I know that this website is secured? I can use my credit card, the information on my card, debit or credit card, to purchase something online.
Okay, so mostly if you're buying something online, you're using, say, Visa, always make sure that you see VBV. That's verified by Visa. If you pay, okay, you didn't know this. Okay, if you're making a payment online, right, and the payment is huge, normally Visa will take you to another platform, a secure platform. No, a secure platform.
Okay.
Called verified by Visa.
Where will I see
where?
this?
Which part of
It will, we call it a pop-up. It will load and pop up on another tab, right? And then you see secure dot with the URL. And then it will tell you verified by Visa. Now, what the verified by Visa does, that makes it unique, is that when you input the information, it doesn't just send the money. It will send you a notification either by email or by phone with a text message for you to input those details before the money goes through.
Well, let's go through the process again, which is very important because a lot of people are buying stuff online and people are actually stealing, you know, credit card details and using it to, you know, do all kinds of purchases. So run us through again. What am I going to see? And it's good she mentioned the pointers. So I've seen a flower. Valentine's Day is coming, and people are going to be buying loads of stuff online and ordering to their partners. You know, so run me through again. What can I see? What would I be seeing before I give out my credit card or debit card details?
Okay, first of all, check and be sure if the site you're buying from is a trusted site. Check and be sure it's a trusted site. The reason why I'm saying this is that when you go to the platform, you will see when the company started, what they've done, like companies they've dealt with, human beings they've dealt with. You see all of that. Now, after you've seen that and you are sure, check if they use any of the secure platforms that exist, like verified by Visa, P2Pay, all those things. Then, when you make your payment, ensure that it takes you to another platform to confirm, to further confirm before you make a payment. And so the verified by Visa will take you to a next level, which allows you to input the figure with your phone numbers and everything, and then it will send you a notification on your phone, because when you do your cards, you register with your bank, they give you, they input your phone numbers and all of that in there. And then you will receive a message by phone or by email to verify that you are actually making this payment. In that email, you'll receive the amount you're paying on the internet. You see everything before you verify. If you don't do that, you'll be in trouble because it might be a scam.
I see.
Emefa.
Right, so apparently there's a whole book to know about scam on the internet. But stay with us, we'll just go for a quick break. When we come back, we have a lot to discuss.